Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one of heartbreak, betrayal, and a man confronting a truth he never saw coming. It's raw, deeply personal, and incredibly heavy, but it's one many will sadly relate to. If you appreciate real stories that don't sugarcoat the pain people go through, consider subscribing and joining the community. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and your support truly means a lot. Alright, take a breath and let's get into it. My fiancé of 4 years cheated on me. I'm a 26 male, and my fiancée female is also 26, and we had been together for 4 years. We got engaged this January, after a lot of pressure from her family and friends, who kept saying that 4 years was long enough and it was time to get married. We both come from a Muslim country where people are encouraged to marry young, especially women. By 25, girls are considered old. I met her through my aunt after I graduated from university. My aunt showed me a photo of her, and I immediately thought she was beautiful. I got her number, started texting her, and asked her out a week later. She seemed so genuine and kind. She was beautiful both inside and out. We had shared interests, like reading and religion. I told her early on that I didn't want to rush into marriage. I wanted us to really get to know each other before settling down. Background: I've never had parents. I live with my aunt. She lost her husband in the accident and never remarried. I consider her my mother. Important: I never had a girlfriend before her. I didn't date in school or university. I was focused on studying, getting scholarships as I didn't want to be a burden to my aunt. My fiancé, however, had dated before. That never bothered me. I believed the past didn't matter. I was her present and hopefully her future. In all our years together, we never crossed the line. We only ever kissed. I wanted my future wife to be my first. Since we were both Muslim, I thought we felt the same. Where I'm from, a woman's virginity is still seen as something very important, culturally and religiously. And despite all of that, she's been cheating on me with another man since August of last year. It's been almost a year now. I've never been the jealous or controlling type. I've known her passwords for years. She uses the same one for everything, but I never checked her phone or tried to snoop. I respected her privacy. She knows all my passwords too. How I found out: yesterday we were at a concert. She loves posting about everything in her life. While I was recording a video of her, she got a WhatsApp message. It was from someone asking about her plans for the next day. The message itself didn't seem suspicious, but the contact name was saved as a girl's name, even though the profile picture clearly showed a man, which I thought was weird. Still, I didn't say anything. I handed her the phone and acted like nothing happened. After the concert, she went to the restroom and left her phone with me. I locked myself in the men's room and checked her messages. The chat with him had already been deleted. I saved his number and looked it up. Sure enough, it was a guy. That's when I knew something was going on, but I needed more proof. I searched his name on WhatsApp and found group chats with her best friends, the same friends who pressured me about engagement. The first mention of him was from August. One of her friends asked if he had dropped her off and if anything had happened between them. She said yes. Then her friend sent a tongue-out wink emoji. Then they video called her. I don't know what they talked about, but I can imagine. 2 weeks later, she messaged about him again in that group chat, saying she had given him BJ in his car. That moment broke me. Her friends video called her again. A month later, in September, they asked how her date with him went. Yeah, you heard that right, a date. She replied that she is shy talking about it, with the tongue-out emoji. And another video call again. After that, there were no more messages using his name. Maybe she started using a nickname to hide things better. What truly crushed me was realizing that even her family, her mom and sisters, knew about this guy. She doesn't have brothers, just 5 sisters. In December, they messaged her, telling her she had to make a choice between me and the other guy. She replied that she knows. One of her sisters asked if I knew. She wrote of course not. What funny is that her mom said that I would make the better husband. I had a stable job, a car, and a house under my name. Her words were that I was husband material. The other guy had nothing. That was the moment my heart broke completely. It was clear. After that conversation, she chose me to be her husband, but kept the other guy as her boyfriend 'cause 1 month after her parents and her friends actively encouraged me to make a proposal. I felt so dumb and it is embarrassing to admit, but I wanted to cry like a little girl. Important: you might think I spent hours digging through her phone. I didn't. It took less than 5 minutes to find all this. Just a few minutes to destroy everything I believed about her. When I came out of the restroom, she was waiting and asked why I took so long. I told her I had a stomachache. I drove her home. We don't live together, so I just dropped her off. I haven't said a word to her or anyone since. So here's my question: should I just walk away or should I take revenge? If I tell my aunt, she'll destroy all her family and sisters as well. Once the gossip spreads about her being a 304, her reputation as well as sisters will be destroyed. So, as a Muslim myself, I just want to say that what happened here is not just heartbreaking, it's completely unacceptable. In our religion, relationships are built on trust, respect, and honesty. There are clear boundaries for a reason, and crossing them, especially while promising someone a future, goes against everything our values stand for. But even beyond religion, what happened here was just cruel. No one deserves to be lied to and emotionally manipulated like this. The level of deception from not just the fiancée, but also her friends and family is absolutely disgusting. To the OP, you didn't lose someone good, you just found out the truth before it was too late. May God grant you peace, strength, and someone far better. And to everyone watching, don't go anywhere, there's an update to this story. Let's see what happened next. Update, I just wanted to update you guys. I hope you are ready for a long ride. Answering you guys' questions first. One person wrote it's fake because we're Muslim. I didn't say I'm from an Islamic country. I'm from a country where most people are Muslim, but girls are not obligated to wear hijabs. My partner, nor my aunt, nor her friends wear hijabs. Yeah, such countries do exist if that's what bothers some of you. One friend asked whether I made evidence. Yes, I did. I'm proud that I did that. Screenshots and also audio recordings are on my phone. Some asked whether I know her affair partner. No, I never ever in my life met him. I don't even know that this person existed. Also, is he better looking than me? Probably you guys assumed he looks better than me. I'm not ugly. I'm 188 centimeters, 85 kilograms, 6'2", and I have blue eyes. In my country, that's super rare. Overall, I'm pretty good looking, so her cheating on me is definitely not because of my looks. So, after much thought, I decided that before taking any action, I need to talk with her first. I know my aunt. If I told her, she would never ever react calmly. She's the kind of person who acts before thinking. What I planned was to take her out for a meal, and after that talk with her in private. I didn't want to make a scene in public. I asked her whether she would be free on Monday evening. We both work. She works 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. For 1.5 days I didn't text or call her after driving her home. I wondered if she noticed it because I'm the type of person who contacted her every moment I was free. Maybe it's because I was always lonely and alone, but after she came into my life I had never been happier. Me reaching out to her every hour wasn't a red flag. For me, she answered pretty fast with off-course love. When I saw her in a pretty dress with her makeup on, looking gorgeous and smiling at me, my mind started racing about asking her right then and there. Why did she do that? Is it because of my principles of not making love? Or because after 3 years and not proposing she felt I didn't love her enough? Or maybe I wasn't enough for her? Maybe I wasn't emotionally there for her? Or maybe she got bored of me? However, I did my best to pretend that everything was okay. After having a meal, we went to my car. I audio recorded the whole conversation. I started with asking, "Love, can I ask you something?" She said, "Sure." I said, "Who is he?" Her AP's name. She looked at me, and at that very moment I felt her body tense. "Maybe I was delusional. I don't know for sure," she said. "Oh," and just went silent. I said, "What's going on?" "Who is he?" She said, "Love, I love you more than anything," and just started crying. I said, "I'm not buying it because I know about them." I manipulated her into thinking if she told me everything without hiding, I wouldn't tell anyone. I would continue preparing for the wedding. I'm not sure whether at that moment she was scared of losing me, or only thinking about me being able to destroy her whole and family life, but she did confess. So here's a quick summary. It might have seemed like I was just asking random questions, but I wasn't. I'd read over 20 cheating stories and planned every question on my note. 1. She met him at the wedding of one of her friends in August. I wasn't invited. I literally forgot about that. At the wedding, her AP first approached her by asking whether she was single or not. Her friends, those same friends, asked, "Is it important?" I mean, yeah, I'm speechless. He said, "Well, I think it's not," and they laughed. She said the whole evening he didn't leave her for a second, asking her to dance, then asking her to play wedding games, then ordering her flowers. She was shocked by how pushy and decisive he was, completely the opposite of me. 2. After the wedding, he asked if he could drive her and her friends home. She said yes, not her friends. I asked her. He made sure that even though she lived closer to the wedding place than her friends, he drove her home last. I asked what they did. She hesitated at first, but admitted that he asked for a kiss. She didn't let him and told him they were going too fast. However, she didn't explicitly say no. It took us for months to even try kissing. It was a punch in my chest. I cleared my throat, as it felt dry. I asked her whether she told her friends. She admitted that she confessed to them about it, and they actually supported her. They told her that she's a beautiful woman, she's not married yet, not taken. It's okay to have some fun before settling down, no one will ever know. To be fair, they do have a point. No, I don't think they have a point as you guys were together. I don't exactly remember if you guys were engaged by then, but whatsoever. You guys were together. Anyways, let's move forward. 3. They had been meeting up every time possible, but they didn't text each other often as she was scared of getting caught. Instead, they called each other. They had been meeting up since August and yeah, he knows she is not single. 4. Fast forward 2 weeks later, she confessed that from then on, she started cheating on me physically. I asked, did he make you or did you want to do it? She didn't answer. It was enough for me to throw up outside. My mind was flooded with every little thing I loved about her. Her laugh after my silly jokes, her giving me all her attention, her telling every detail of her day, her sharing feelings after reading books, and writing 3-page reviews, her dreams about us, her promises. About how we would be the best parents ever, or how she would cook my favorite dishes. 5. The next question was about why she betrayed me like that. I really wanted to know that for myself. She said that she doesn't like him as much as she loves me. Everything with him is purely physical. The only thing she liked about him was his ability to give her a thrill. With him, she could do anything without judgment. She could ask him for anything, and he would do it for her. She called it a short fling. She swore that even he knew that. And 6. I asked about her family, and she told me that her mother caught her after a week. They lived together, so she probably saw her with that man. She was scared of her family's judgment, so she lied that she wasn't sure about us and that she probably loved him more than me. That's why they talked about choosing. At this point, maybe torn by guilt, or maybe she truly believed that by coming clean and telling me everything, I would forgive her. She said she would never do that. In marriage, because Allah would never forgive her? Well, I don't want to pass my judgment here about Allah forgiving her, but I mean these things are not allowed before marriage in Islam anyways, right? Well, let's move on. While I was going through hell, she kept insisting that everything with him meant nothing. She never imagined a future with him. She said I'm the one she truly loves. She also said that if she could go back in time, she wouldn't have done what she did, especially after seeing how devastated I was and how much pain she caused. She said she was sorry for how stupid she had been. She admitted that at first she was genuinely interested in it. It was a new feeling for her, something she had never experienced before. She said she always saw herself as the good girl, the one who did what everyone expected. But after meeting him, and with how intensely he pursued her, she just couldn't resist. She confessed that for about 3 months she was completely overwhelmed by it. Eventually she started wanting to stop, not because she had lost interest, but because she was terrified I would find out. She cried to her friends, and they reassured her that I never would. They told her that since we saw each other for 5 times a week and she only met him once or twice a month, and because we didn't live together, I would never notice. Her affair partner also kept pressuring her to continue, insisting that no one would ever find out. She also admitted that the engagement wasn't about keeping a backup while still seeing him. It wasn't because I was a pushover either. She said she genuinely wanted to be engaged to me and eventually marry me. Her friends supported the engagement, and her mother and sister supported it too, because they believed no one else could be better for her than me. She even told me that, if I wanted, she could give me her phone, which she did. I asked why she deleted her WhatsApp chat with him, and she said she was scared I'd find out. I asked whether they talked on other messengers, and she admitted they had. She opened her Telegram. I asked why she hadn't deleted those chats, and she said it was because I don't use that app and probably wouldn't check it. She was right. I had no idea how to look there the other day. Again, as I said, there wasn't anything shady. No, I love you, no, I miss you. Just things like, are you free? Let's meet up, etc. I asked if they had any pictures together. She said they never took any. When I asked why, she said she was afraid he might betray her, though he didn't. She trusted her friends, but not him. I checked anyway. There were 4 folders with our photos with names of the past years together, but not a single saved or deleted picture of them together. I also checked hidden photos. There weren't any pictures saved. I asked if she ever said I love you to him. She said they never exchanged love. It was purely physical. I asked if he was single. She said yes. She did confess that he wanted her to be his girlfriend, but she turned him down. She also said she would confess to her family about the affair and about her cheating. Her father doesn't know. She said that if I don't believe her, I can be with her. At the end, I said I'm not sure about us anymore. I told her to give me time to think. I need to consider all my options. I made her believe for the time being that I won't tell anyone, but said I'm not quite sure whether I want her or not. She started bawling her eyes out. She's not stupid. She knows exactly what it means. I asked her whether she'd go no contact with her AP, and she said yes and blocked him. I was honestly surprised at how easily she could do it. That was the most emotionally honest conversation we've ever had, and after it, I felt completely drained. Mentally and emotionally. For the time being, I just need sleep. I've slept only 2 hours in the past 2 days. I'll deal with everything else tomorrow. Honestly, I'm just flabbergasted. This entire situation is just wild. It wasn't some slip-up or one-time mistake, this was nearly a year-long affair, hidden with help from her friends and even her own family. The planning, the lying, the emotional manipulation, it's honestly shocking. And while she claims it was all physical and meant nothing, that doesn't erase the betrayal. He stayed calm and collected, got his proof, and confronted her without even raising his voice. But let's be real, he didn't say what his final move will be. Yet, and from the sound of it, he's still weighing his options. But honestly, she forked up big time, and I don't think there's any going back from this, and I hope there won't be no reconciliation. And we've got one last update, and I've got a feeling this one's going to hit hard, so let's see how it all ends. Final update. It's been almost 2 months since my last post, so I thought I'd give one final update. First, I want to thank everyone who took the time to comment and offer advice. Your words meant more to me than I can explain. Reading your messages and knowing I wasn't alone really helped me through one of the hardest periods of my life, and now let's get over with it. When I got home that day, I sat down with my aunt and told her everything, how I found out, how long it had been going on, all of it. She didn't take it well. At first, she just sat there in shock, then she started crying and yelling. She blamed herself for introducing us and said she'd never forgive herself for bringing this into my life. I managed to calm her down, and in the end, my aunt called her mom and asked if we could come over to talk. When we arrived, her mother opened the door. From her face, I could tell she already knew what was coming. We went into the living room. It was me, my aunt, her parents, her 2 sisters, and my cheating fiancé. She asked if she could speak first and begged us not to interrupt. She admitted everything. She said there was no excuse for what she did, but wanted me to understand how she let herself get there, how her friends encouraged her, how she felt trapped by marriage pressure, and how she made stupid choices. She claimed it wasn't about love, just a mistake, but hearing her say that didn't make it hurt any less. Her father sat in silence for a while, then broke down crying. He said he never thought his daughter would betray someone like this. He kept apologizing to me and my aunt. I just said that out of respect for them. I won't tell anyone the real reason this relationship is ending, but they need to understand that I will stay silent as long as they don't bother me anymore. To be honest, I don't want to have any relationship with any of them. She started begging me to reconsider. She said she still loved me and promised to cut off her friends and do whatever it took to fix things. I didn't even bother looking at her. In the end, we agreed to tell our wider circle of friends and family that we decided not to go through with the marriage because we weren't on the same page about the future. Her father thanked me for handling it this way. He asked if I could find it in my heart to forgive her, even if we didn't stay together. I told him I'm not ready for forgiveness yet, and maybe I never will be, but I'm not going to drag this out or spread gossip either. For now, I'm focusing on myself, work, and spending time with people who actually value me. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't hurt. It does, but I know this is the right choice. Whatever happens next, I know I'll be okay, and there it is. Wow. I have to say, the way he handled this entire situation, that was pure composure and maturity. He got the facts, confronted the truth, and chose dignity over drama. It would have been so easy to explode, to expose everything, or to burn bridges, but instead, he drew his line and walked away with his head held high. He didn't take revenge. He didn't start a smear campaign. He simply made it clear. This relationship is over, and he's moving on, and honestly, that's the kind of decision that takes real strength. Because had he gone through with the marriage, resentment would have eaten away at him forever. Trust shattered, doubts lingering, constantly wondering if she'd slip up again. That's not a foundation you can build a life on. To everyone who's been following along, thanks for sticking with this one all the way through. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and let me know what you would have done in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and help me reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Your support means everything to me. And take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.